How we feeling? How we living?
Real good. Sunny weather.
Stephen A. in OKC. And we got Gilbert Arenas. Hey, fellas.
How you doing?
Agent Zero in the house. I just wanted to say to America, it is wonderful to see my man Eminem back in the house. It is wonderful to see Agent Zero. I mean, he's out west. And to get up this early, to get beat down. I really think that he should be applauded for that, okay? This is not the playoffs against LeBron where you average 35. This is not 2004 to 2007 when you average 27 a game, okay? This is First Take. And Marcus Morris has come on this show. And I must say, he has been very, very good, yet very disrespectful. He actually tried to bring in his brother to help him. But I'm ready. Let's go,
Don't
y'all.
worry, Stephen A.
Let's go.
Mark Keefe's right there. I'm looking at him right now, and I got a mic on him, so I might be bringing him out at any moment. Just buckle up.
Oh, Lord.
It is game day. Western Conference Finals, game 1 tonight, right here on ESPN and on The Deuce. It's the battle of the two young superstars. Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves face off against SGA and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Thunder on a quick turnaround after finishing off the Nuggets in Game 7 on Sunday. They're 6-2 this postseason in games with 1 day of rest. On the other hand, the T-Wolves are coming into this game well rested with 5 days off, but are only 2-4 this postseason in games with 3 or more days of rest. But who needs rest when we're talking Western Conference Finals? All right, Gil, starting with you. Who needs Game 1 more tonight? Is it OKC or the Wolves?
I think the Wolves. Right now they're the underdogs in this series. Ant-Man, at the age of 23, needs to really prove himself to be that guy. And they really need to rise to the occasion for this series. So they do need Game 1, see if they can steal it in OKC.
S.A.?
I disagree with Agent Zero. He's not starting off on a good note. Oklahoma City needs this game. And here's why you need this game. I mean, listen, as elite as they are defensively, they have struggled offensively. We have seen that. We know that Shai Gilgeous is that dude. He's something special. The modern-day George Gervin, Iceman, George Gervin, upgraded, obviously, with what he brings to the table. But this dude, Ant-Man, is something special to behold. Make no mistake about it. And I think that when you are Oklahoma City and you have the home court advantage, I understand the thinking about Minnesota needing to be that team, particularly when OKC just finished with a 7-game series. The flip side to that, however, is that you do have home court advantage. That's something that you want to maintain in this series. You don't want to find yourself in a hole where off bat you've got to go to Minnesota to steal one in order to regain home court advantage and ultimately end up forcing a Game 7 in this series. I just think that when you look at what Minnesota brings to the table themselves collectively on the defensive side of the ball, when you consider the difference maker that Ant-Man can be and he wants to be, he seems somebody that appears to be tailor-made for this moment. We still wondering about that with OKC. And that's why I think if you're OKC, you need to roll up in here and send a message that we're in the Western Conference Finals for a reason. We've been the best team in the NBA during the regular season the last 2 years. We got some noise to make, and we're going to let you know that's exactly what we're here to do. They need to send that message tonight in Game 1. I think if you're Minnesota and you end up winning this game, that's a huge advantage for you.
Marcus, talk to me.
Definitely a huge advantage. I feel like it's definitely pressure on OKC to win this game, right? Let's go back to the first game of the Lakers series when Minnesota went in there and set the tempo, right? Like that led into the rest of that series, right? Like Minnesota's a team that thrives off of confidence. They thrive off of their guy, like being there, being in the light. OKC has to match that. Like, they have to take care of home court advantage because these are young guns that's playing. Like, they're going to be playing extremely hard. They're going to match each other's tempo, but if Minnesota get this game tonight, we might be having that same conversation we was having with the Lakers. We call that a gentleman's sweep. I feel as though they need to win this game because Minnesota is out for blood.
Gil, to that you say what?
I don't know if they're watching TV because we just witnessed OKC laugh off Denver after they lost games. They've shown poise. They've shown that they don't get rattled very easy. And we just watched Timberwolves struggle offensively against a Golden State Warriors that didn't have anyone that can score the ball outside of Steph Curry. So they do need it. They do need Game 1 and possibly Game 2 to have a chance in this series. But I don't think OKC is stressing nothing about this series.
Stephen A?
Well, let me ask you a question, Gil. What were your thoughts about what you saw from OKC in terms of their struggle?
But it's like he's trying to run a one-man band out there behind his seat. And leave a comment below. This is a make-or-break season. He's got to make an impact. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Everybody in the building. Wow, what a freaking night. Yes, the echo was going in the building right now. People coming to the chat. We got a lot to talk about. We're talking about the NFL today. Live in the building, Shedeur Sanders. Will he start for the Browns? What happened? Why he dropped? Was it Deion? What was the situation? We're going to break it all down today. The NFL said no. Shedeur said yes, and now he's there. We got videos for you. We got opportunities today in the building. We're talking NFL. People in the chat right now, if you're watching live, everybody put NFL in the chat right now. Watching you guys, I just dropped the polls in the chat right now. To all you beautiful people watching out there live in the building right now, I see all your names in there. I appreciate all you guys so much. Put NFL in the chat right now. We're going to dive into it, and let me tell you something. Wow. We're going to dive into it because, look, Shedeur Sanders, look, they said no. He said yes. What do you guys think in the building right now? Will he start for the Cleveland Browns? Will he be able to get it done? I'm going to show you lower thirds in the building, but right now, everybody, welcome back to the Brandon Mason Show. And let me tell you something. It's been a freaking crazy morning. A lot of things going on, a lot of different changes, what we're building to the process here in the studio. I want you guys to understand this. I appreciate your patience as we get into that right now. People in the chat, if you're watching live right now, turn your freaking sound up. We're rocking and rolling this morning. And let me take a look at who's in the building. George Pearson, how you feeling? Annie's in the house. Jeff Lee, Pimple Mama's here. How are you? First off, Pimple Mama Tracy, beautiful moderators in the house I've seen so far coming to the building. Lovey Brown in the building. Won some money yesterday. Lala, Diane Mangle in the house. Welcome to the show. Let me scroll up and see you. Victoria, how are you feeling in the building right now? How about Mr. Manu? How are you feeling? Can't wait for football to get back. Ryder's in the building. Welcome back to the show. Pops in the house. Love having you here as always. You know that. Here we go. Nathan, how are you feeling? Let me scroll up in the building right now. People that are joining our show right now. Will Shedeur Sanders start for the Cleveland Browns? We're going to dive into it today. We got a lot to dive into. Listen, let me tell you something. Take a look at the lower thirds you see right there. Shedeur Sanders, Cleveland Browns, right? Shedeur Sanders, 5th round. Why? Why did he go 5th round? I'm going to break some stuff that I got videos for you to see. Updates on Shedeur Sanders at practice right now. We're going to dive into that. Moving forward, the college career, did it help him? Did it hurt him? Did it help him at all based upon who he played against, his father, all that, and then the Deion issue? Is this a problem for him moving forward? Is it a problem? Was it the main problem why they didn't take him right away? The false expectations. Did they have false expectations for him moving forward here? Will he start for the Cleveland Browns? We're going to dive into that today. And I got a lot of videos to show you today. People in the building, you know, if you're watching live right now, that's what we do. We'll be spinning that wheel, giving out some money to beautiful people. We need 100 people in the chat this morning. Yes, everybody. We're talking about the Shedeur Sanders. And if you could spell, if you're good at spelling, some people spell the name wrong, in the chat right now, everybody put Shedeur Sanders in the building right now. If you're watching live, smack that like button, and a lucky person that types Shedeur Sanders in the chat gets a chance to spin the wheel today. So in the chat right now, put Shedeur Sanders in the chat. Our little sandbox in the building. Welcome back, people, to the show right now. People watching live in attendance today. We're back into some NFL conversation. Yes, we've been covering the Diddy case, the Trump case, but the NFL is just around the corner.
Make some noise!
And we're getting back in the building. People, you know what time it is. When the NFL starts, we're going to get rocking. We got all the games right here, baby. You know we got all the games. But more important right now, we got to talk about Shedeur Sanders. We got to talk about the situation. We got to talk about what happened. We got to talk about him going to the Cleveland Browns. We got to talk about the depth chart. We got to talk about who's in that locker room, right? Deshawn Watson, Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, Dillon Gabriel, and now Shedeur Sanders, right? Like, was that the right spot for him? I'm going to break down to you some things you might not know. Some people come to the chat right now. You might not know. Listen to me, people. He went 5th round, right? The main reason why he went 5th round, let me tell you something. The minute that these teams pass on you, round after round after round, you are now a backup quarterback. So you guys know right now, if they didn't take you in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd round, The expectation. It doesn't mean that he won't be able to do it. People in the chat right now, type Shedeur Sanders. If you can spell it properly, put Shedeur Sanders in the chat right now. A lot of people are going to spell this shit wrong. Shedeur Sanders in the chat right now. Listen, you are now viewed as a backup quarterback. I'm going to break some stuff down for you guys might not know. Once they view you like that, they don't want this clown circus situation. I'm not saying that he's a clown. Let me say this right. I'm saying the Cleveland Browns and any team, they don't want that circus going on in the locker room where they're like, hey, the reporters come in and they want to talk to Shedeur Sanders. They don't want to talk to Joe Flacco. They don't want to talk to Deshawn Watson, even though he got over $200 million. They don't want to talk to Dillon Gabriel. They don't want to talk to Kenny Pickett. They want to talk to Shedeur Sanders. Remember when they had, listen, remember Tim Tebow, right? They're going to the locker room. They don't want to talk to these freaking, they want to talk to Tim Tebow. And that was the problem. They get in there and they want to talk to the backup quarterback, and that's a problem. They're asking the team in there, hey, how do you feel about Shedeur Sanders on your roster? They're like, he's not even our starter, but how do you feel about him? Then they go, hey, how do you feel about him? Then the media, look, they might be able to stop the people in the locker room, the coaches can say, hey, we're not going to talk about that. But you can't stop the media from talking about who they want to talk about. So I'm going to break something down for you today. We're going to go into the schedule of the Cleveland Browns and where I think he's predicted to start, what will happen as they move on with Joe Flacco. I believe Joe Flacco is going to be the starter for the season. He's a vet. He's 40 years old or 41, whatever. He was actually older than me in college. He was a roommate of mine. And here's the thing. Joe Flacco they said he'll never start a day in Pittsburgh. I remember the story. The coaches said, you're not going to start here. You won't take a snap here. Boom. He went to Delaware. My ass went to Delaware too. He gets drafted in the first round, makes over $150 million. Now in his whole grand scheme of things, $300 million, whatever. And now you're looking at a situation where Joe Flacco is more than likely going to start for the Cleveland Browns. And once he starts for the Cleveland Browns, you're going to go through that roster, right? And I'm telling you right now, Joe Flacco gets to like week 4, week 5, I can pull up my phone. By week 5, when they play Minnesota out in like London or whatever, they do not want Shedeur Sanders to be starting over in London to get into the role of thing. Once they come back from there, mark my word, once they come back from London, if Joe Flacco wins that game, right? This is what I believe too. I saw some stuff in other videos too. If Joe Flacco wins overseas in London and comes back, they got Pittsburgh Steelers. They got a few games after that. They might continue rolling with him if he's on a winning streak, if he's winning. If Flacco's not winning and they come back from London, you watch. You're going to see Shedeur Sanders right there jump into the pie against the Pittsburgh Steelers or after the bye week. My guess is that I'm going to show you some videos right now, people that are watching the building right now. If you haven't seen Shedeur Sanders yet, live, coming up for the first time, let's take a look at some of these clips. You know I got to bring them to you. And people in the chat, over 100 people in the building.
Make some noise!
Let me show you something. Take a look at this real quick, people. Let me show you some clips.
I ain't walking out there. I can't go out there
fine.
yet. It's a good bomb. Oh, yeah, y'all got to tell Coach Stavinsky happy birthday. Y'all supposed to bring a cake to practice.
So Shedeur Sanders first looks at some of this stuff. I'm going to show you some things you haven't seen before. Some clips of him practicing, out there playing, looking good at practice. But let me break some down for you, too. Getting his jersey. Obviously, he wears number 2. He gets to the Browns, like, no, you're not getting that. We got a receiver that wears that. You're not wearing that. So he wears number 12 now, which is the flip version of his father, number 21, Deion Sanders. We're going to take a look at some of these clips right now. Take a look at this one.
Shedeur Sanders has finally arrived in the NFL, but he will not be wearing the iconic number 2 jersey that was retired at Colorado. That jersey will belong to veteran wide receiver DeAndre Carter, who signed with the team this year and then changed his number to 2. Instead, the Browns' 5th round pick will rock the number 12 on the back of his jersey. Is Shedeur sending a message? If you remember, a certain mentor of Shedeur's wore 12 and passed up on him multiple times in the draft. On top of that, 12 is his dad's iconic number backwards, and 12 times 12 just happens to be 144, the pick where the Browns selected him.
Hold up. Did you hear that, people in the chat right now? I'm going to play that again. He couldn't get number 2, right? Shedeur Sanders couldn't get number 2. So now he gets number 12, which is obviously flipped of his dad. And if he times it by 12, it's 144, which is the selection he was picked in the draft. Take a look at that one more time. If you missed it, we got to show that right now. If you're watching live, we got to show that clip one more time. Listen and what's being said here in this video.
Shedeur Sanders has finally arrived in the NFL, but he will not be wearing the iconic number 2 jersey that was retired at Colorado. That jersey will belong to veteran wide receiver DeAndre Carter, who signed with the team this year and then changed his his number to 2. Instead, the Browns' 5th round pick will rock the number 12 on the back of his jersey. Is Shedeur sending a message? If you remember, a certain mentor of Shedeur's wore 12 and passed up on him multiple times in the draft. On top of that, 12 is his dad's iconic number backwards, and 12 times 12 just happens to be 144, the pick where the Browns selected him.
You know, you'll be shocked at how people look at stuff. You know what I'm saying? People do things, they wear their socks a certain way. You know what I'm saying? People do things because they feel comfortable and there's some kind of like morale there for them. Like, hey, you know, this is going to work for me. You feel good, you look good, you play good. You know the whole story. We got clips right here. Let's take a look at this video right here of Shedeur Sanders talking. We got a lot of other things. This is about number 12 right here. Let's hear him talk about it.
Did 12 feel good? It's dad's number backwards.
You get the hint. You get the hint. So, yeah, I felt good wearing it for sure. It felt good wearing it. Any number gonna feel good wearing it. It's about what I do in the number, for real.
This is true. This is true, right? This is facts. Let's move on to the piece of the pie I want to talk about. I don't know if they're taking Shedeur Sanders seriously. I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know if this was more of like a media stunt. I don't think he's a bad player at all. I just think, I don't know if he's NFL caliber. A lot of people now are saying, look, he doesn't have this, he doesn't have that. I think that he played pretty well in college. I don't think that there's an issue there. I think he's better than a lot of quarterbacks that were in the draft. But are they taking him seriously? Did the NFL, in the chat right now, do you think the NFL collectively came up together and said, we're not taking him? Do you think that's what happened? Like, do you think they said, we're not going to take Shedeur Sanders because X, Y, Z? Like, there's a reason for that. Do you think there's a problem? Do you think they're going against him? We're going to show some other clips right here and see what you guys think about it.
How good do you think your intuition is?
Very good.
Have all these gummy bears.
Mm-hmm.
Each one is worth $100,000,
Mm-hmm.
but one of them is poisonous, and I'm going to choose which one.
You're going to choose
I'm going to choose which one's poisonous.
All right. How I know you're a person of your word?
Well, no, because I'm going to put it on the camera. Like, I'm going to point to which one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, I picked one.
Let me get a read on you.
Okay. I'm not going to look at you right now.
For some odd reason, I feel your energy's giving me more this side.
Okay.
Pretty good. So, let's go. This.
You dead. You dead. That's crazy.
That was the point. I'm not here to waste time. But I don't know what stuff you on.
What?
I don't know what she on. No, I'm saying I really thought it was that side though.
It wasn't. Promise.
So
You'll see
I
it.
couldn't read you.
That's why I didn't look at you, because I feel like I would have given it away.
Are they taking him serious? I mean, literally, I'm watching him, and it's almost like they're treating him like Jameis Winston. No? Like, it's just like a comedy. Is it a comedy stunt? Is it an opportunity to sell tickets? Is it something about this whole situation just something's not making sense. And I mean, the NFL didn't take him for a lot of reasons. They talk about that, but it's just like there's something else going on here, right? You know what I'm saying? You guys can hear me okay in the chat. Put a Y in the chat right now. Everybody drop NFL in the chat. Let them know we're back in the building. Obviously covered the Diddy case a lot right now. Trump, we're back in the building. NFL is starting back up. We're getting it rocking right now in the chat. I got some other videos I want to show you right now. Take a look at this right here, okay? This is him working on his movement. How do you feel about his reaction test compared to some other people?
There we go. I got it. That was impressive, wasn't it?
Okay, 6.
That was impressive.
You keep going
that
on.
first one was it.
Do you guys get the feeling that they literally are making him feel as if they're like, to me, it's like Deion Sanders was the main issue that they had. I got videos I'm going to show you guys in a second to recap on what happened in the draft and all that. And then, obviously, Deion says, all they got is Joe Flacco. He's my age. I'm going to show this video a couple times right now so you guys can take a look at this. I'm going to play it a couple times. Take a look.
I'm telling you, that guy. I go. Look, I told Flacco.
Flacco,
I'm telling you, that guy. I go. Look, I told Flacco.
Flacco,
I'm telling you, that guy. I go. Look, I told Flacco.
Flacco,
I mean, he's making it pretty clear, like, hey, look, who do they got in that depth chart? When I pull up the pictures, right, you take a look at this. I mean, Deshawn Watson, they gave him so much money, over $200 million. Deshawn Watson wasn't a bad quarterback, but he didn't do shit for them. I mean, he was hurt. He was gone. He had accusations. He had charges. He had a whole bunch of shit going on. Then you get to Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett, obviously went to the Steelers. Then he came, then he went to the Eagles, and now he's with the Browns, right? Then you got Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco obviously played well, was out there with the Ravens, won a Super Bowl. Then he's been bounced around a little bit, went to the Browns. He was with Denver, came back to the Browns. He's one of those quarterbacks that can get up there, win you some games. He's on his way out. He's in his 40s. He's about to be done. Then you got Dillon Gabriel, who just got drafted. Maybe a little undersized, good player, played for Oregon, played well. And then you have Shedeur Sanders, who shows up now, and this year he's got his dad backing him. He's someone, I will tell you this, he's someone who's going to give you all the heart that you're going to want. I mean, the guy's going to show up every day. He's going to work hard. He's going to ball out. Will he win you some football games right away? Maybe or maybe not. People in the chat, look, I'm just telling you right now, he went 5th round. All these teams collectively passed on him. You're talking the 1st round, the 2nd round, the 3rd. It got to the point, let me tell you something. When he didn't go 1st round, I said, you know what? Don't be mad about it, man. You're going to go in the 2nd round. Then he didn't go 2nd round. I said, okay, he'll go the 3rd round. Then when he didn't even go in day 2, I said, all right, something's going on here. Then they got to these rounds. You start moving on 4th round, 5th round. People are like, woo, something's going on. You know what I'm saying? Something is really going on. And so I started thinking to myself, maybe, Travis Hunter get up there and got drafted. Travis Hunter went 1st pick. People were excited about that. Or 2nd pick, whatever it was, Cam Ward, then Travis Hunter. But he was the 1st pick, obviously, from Colorado. They were excited about it, but was the 2nd pick in the draft and was all pumped about it. And people were like, look, he's going to ball out. And he said, I'm playing both ways. Travis Hunter said, I'm playing both ways, or I'm not going. I mean, what goes in these people's minds? Like, what goes in their minds nowadays? Like, if you don't play both ways, you're saying you're not playing for the organization. That's the kind of problem that I think Shedeur Sanders obviously went into. His dad was like, my kid's not playing for that team. My kid's not playing for this team. And then what happens is you find out that because you're saying all this shit before you get there, because you think you're going to go top of the draft, when you don't, now you're upset about it. Right? And Stephen A had something to say about it. Let's take a look what Stephen A had to say.
Shedeur Sanders is not blameless here. Primetime Deion Sanders is not blameless here. I'm going to say what I have to say, knowing that both of them have their hands at least a little bit dirty in all of this. But if you're the National Football League, clearly it's not about talent anymore. It's about something else. And I'm going to tell you, I spent a large amount of the last 24 hours thinking about nothing more than I was thinking about collusion. Because how in the hell does 32 teams in the National Football League pass on a quarterback that was universally recognized one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the country entering this draft, and 32 teams passed on him? Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 different times they passed on him. How the hell does that happen? 4 rounds. It doesn't happen to a quarterback. We've never seen anything like this before. We've seen guys drop because of injuries. We've seen guys drop because of off-field issues, but we've never seen a quarterback projected to be a top 20 pick, universally recognized one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the draft, projected to be a first rounder, in all likelihood a safe bet of a late first rounder, and drop literally to the 5th round. We haven't seen anything like that.
Look, I understand that, and I agree with that. But everything comes into how they're analyzing the quarterback, right? They take a look at him, what he does, how he throws, his ability to get the ball up right away, where he carries the ball at, who he played for, obviously his family, all that. I think Deion Sanders is going to push him to be the best. You're not going to miss on that. We got over 200 people in the building. If you're watching live right now, we greatly appreciate it. Let me tell you something. Look, we're live every day at 10 a.m. Here's what I'm telling you, though, okay? When I think about him coming into the building, when I think about Shedeur Sanders showing up, I think he's going to give it his all. That's one thing I know you're going to get from this guy. You're going to get a guy who was groomed from obviously an NFL caliber player. Deion Sanders, one of the best to ever do it. People would say, some people would argue, he's going to get that guy in his corner, his mentorship. He had him coach him since he was a little kid in football, from 5, 6 years old all the way up to right now, entering the draft, going to the Browns, and now it's time to see what people are thinking about it. And I think Shedeur Sanders has a real chance. In the chat right now, will Shedeur Sanders, if you're watching live in the chat right now, will Shedeur Sanders come into the building and start? Yes or no? Will he start for the Cleveland Browns? This is a question that people have. People keep on asking right now. How about the prank call, though? How about the prank call? Let's show that real quick in the building. Let's not forget what he was put through, the adversity to get where he was going. Let me take a look at this right now. People in the chat, if somebody spams, you just click one and put user on timeout, and then it's gone. Put them on timeout. You don't got to delete every single one. Thank you so much. People in the chat right now, take a look at this real quick while I show you this clip. This was the prank call, the adversity that he had to fight to get to the NFL, and it felt like shit the whole time. But let's go back and let's take a look at this real quick.
Hey, is this Shedeur? Hey, this is Mickey Loomis here, the GM of the New Orleans Saints. How you doing? This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man. We're going to take you with our next pick right here, man.
It's going to be legendary.
Hey, but you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man. Sorry about that.
Oh my God! He funny!
I mean, these kind of pranks happen all the time. I'm not saying the NFL draft, but they happen all the time, right? People are pranking people. Your friends are pranking people. These things happen all the time. But this was something that people are like, damn, this really, really sucks. I mean, the feeling that he had to go through, the adversity he had to fight to get to the NFL, then going 5th round, prank calls, people not liking his dad. Like, he's been going through a lot. Let's take a look at it from the other angle where you can actually see Shedeur Sanders, how he's taking a clip. They got the video of him when he got the phone call because they really thought they thought he was going to get picked by them. Let's take a look at this.
Hello?
You got that call.
Yeah, what's going on?
Ready to go.
Say it one more time for me.
This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Ready to go.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man.
No, for sure.
We're going to take you with our next pick right here, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Let's be legendary.
Yeah, but you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Ready to go.
What does that mean?
What? What did he say?
I don't know.
How you gonna ask us what it means and you was on the phone?
You heard that?
You said you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer.
Sorry about that.
Can you imagine going through that after all this shit? And then can you imagine your parents being like, damn, man, like, and Deion being from, old school, like, man, you know what? Like, some of these people, obviously, the Atlanta Falcons, their whole situation, they're pissed off. They got a whole bunch of other issues going on over there. Look, when I take a look at Shedeur Sanders and I take a look at the schedule, for him to get up there and start, like I've been telling you, they legit do not want him as a backup quarterback. If they do, there's a massive problem because it's going to be a circus. And again, I'm not saying Shedeur Sanders is the clown circus. Before people say, hey, you called him a clown. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you go back, remember Tim Tebow and all that too. People are like, look, man, at the end of the day, right? In the end of the day, you take a look at that and go, they wanted to talk to Tim Tebow. When they showed up to the locker room, the reporters came in looking like, and you see the starting quarterback, they're like, okay, not you. Can we talk to Tim Tebow? People are like, bro, he's not the quarterback. Well, he is, because he's the guy. He's the media. He's the people that they want to see in the game. They want to see him talk. Shedeur Sanders is that guy for the Cleveland Browns. And when I show you these pictures here and I look at all the damn quarterbacks on the roster, looking at the depth chart, right? Deshawn Watson on his way out, Joe Flacco. If Joe Flacco starts for the Cleveland Browns, he'll get you some wins. Is he going to be a Super Bowl, competitive person this year with the Cleveland Browns? Probably not. You go look at Kenny Pickett, probably not, right? Deshaun Watson, he's off. He's on. Then you got Dillon Gabriel, like I said, undersized, good player. Undersized. They brought him in early before Shedeur Sanders, which is like a slap in the face, especially if you want him to start. And now Shedeur Sanders is supposed to step into the game. They're like, when will he be able to play? And I got his contract right here. People that come into the chat right now. I had his contract. Let me see if I got the video of him actually getting it. Give me 1 second. And I also, hold up, I got a clip here too. And I'm gonna play that clip. I got a video of him getting up there talking and all that. But I want to show you. another clip of him Cam Ward said, hey, let's trade jerseys. This would be great. And he kind of snubs him off. Take a look at this one.
I want your jersey. I need that one. We can switch. Hey, this our first jersey swap. Nah. Come on, bro. Nah. This the first one. I need that one, bro. Come on, man. Nah. Man, why you doing me like that? Because I got to sell it, bro. I got to have some type of money. Come on, you feel me? I'm already down.
So you can see right there, like he's starting to be like, no, I got to get my jersey, I got to make this money. I only got this amount of money. He got $4.6 million contract. You're talking about a lot of money lost here. You're talking about someone who lost a lot of money. We're going to play what Cam Newton had to say right now about it, and then I'm going to show you a clip right here of his contract sign.
Shedeur, like, first off, I got to hold him accountable, right? Travis Hunter is what we would think Shedeur is supposed to be. Travis Hunter is polished like a quarterback. Shedeur has always got this mean mug look on his face, like he always snobbish looking. You know what I'm saying? I've met Shedeur multiple times where I'm looking at him like, okay. It's just like,
You know what it is.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He always in character for a reason. Like, I gotta portray like I'm hard. Look, my whole thing with Shedeur is this: what win can he hang? Like, what performance
Can you hang your hat on?
can you hang your hat on in college?
Yeah.
So Cam Newton obviously is like, look, he didn't do what he thinks he did. And people are saying, and shout out to the chat right now. Let me tell you something in the building right now. We got a super chat coming in from Big Bro 445. We appreciate you so much. We love that. Appreciate you so much, everybody in the chat right now. Put Big Bro. Let them know that we appreciate it in the chat. We greatly appreciate you in the building right now. I got another clip I want to show you real quick. I thought this was some good information. I want to show you about the maturity of him, and then I'm going to show you the signing in just one moment right now.
You know what the craziest part of this whole Shedeur Sanders prank call thing is? Shedeur Sanders took a private call himself today with Jax Ulbrich after all this happened. If you got no clue what I'm talking about, Shedeur Sanders was prank called on draft night thinking he got picked. Turns out one of the people behind the prank call was Jax Ulbrich, the son of the Falcons defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich. He was formerly the Jets head coach interim as well. Starting to make a little more sense as to how you'd get Shedeur Sanders' phone number now, right? Falcons released a statement on all this, and Jax Ulbrich put something out on Instagram saying, I made a mistake, it was inexcusable, embarrassing, it was a childish type thing, and then he said, Shedeur Sanders, at him at the bottom, thank you for accepting my call earlier today. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. I know talking about Shedeur Sanders' maturity level in a positive sense probably isn't the most popular thing right now, but I don't know. It's pretty impressive, at least in my mind, for a young man to watch somebody do that to them, potentially to crush his dreams. What if he didn't get drafted? And still take a phone call from the guy who tried to do that to you. Like, I don't know. I watched this guy get passed up all weekend long, finally got taken in the 5th round, but the first 4 rounds, he was so level-headed. He was so mature. It didn't seem like it was really bothering him. Now, I'm not here to talk about the team interviews, not preparing for meetings, things like that. Like, some of that is true, most of that is true. We've heard stuff there. But I don't know, like, as a human being, maybe this is more nonchalant than mature. I think it's pretty impressive, the level-headedness we've seen with him in this situation.
He's back! And now, it is 11.
Just saying, $4.6 million. I got the clip I'm going to show you in just one second. But I want to take a second and think about this for a minute. And this is all true. Do you understand the age of these people? Right? Like, I know a lot of people like, Shedeur Sanders, yada, yada. At the end of the day, you got to understand something. These kids are very young. Shedeur Sanders graduating sometimes they're 22, 21, 23. Like, a lot of these kids, they graduate from college, right? Call them kids. They graduate from college. They get drafted. And people are, these high expectations that people have, right? These high expectations that people have. I'm going to show you in just one second here at the bottom of the screen. False expectations even too. You know, Deion wants his kid to play at a certain level, right? Every father does. Every father wants to see their kid be a superstar. Nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, are these false expectations? Are these too high of expectations? If you know what I'm saying, that you want this guy to show up and ball out at a young age, I got the video footage for you right here. I'm going to show you a couple clips, interviews of him as we get other clips for you to pull up on the screen.
I want to thank the Cleveland Browns and the GM Andrew Berry for drafting me and giving me an opportunity.
By the way, this was an AI clip. This was an AI clip that I want to show you that I thought was funny. This is a comedy AI clip that I showed before. You got to watch this. I thought it was funny, but yes, it's AI, people, but take a look at it. It's funny.
I want to thank the Cleveland Browns and the GM Andrew Berry for drafting me and giving me an opportunity to fulfill my dreams of playing in the NFL. But I'm going to have to decline this draft pick because they drafted Dillon Gabriel before me, and I will not be embarrassed like that. I'm not some third or fourth string quarterback you can just bring in to be made fun of. Not to mention Cleveland is a boring-ass city, as everyone knows. Even their own LeBron Diddy James left that city to go to Los Angeles. So, yeah, I declined my selection because I want to be drafted by another team that plays in a good city like Los Angeles, Miami, or New York. I thrive under the bright lights, and everyone knows the street lights don't even work in Cleveland. So thank you to Cleveland for drafting me, but better luck next time. Prime time Shedeur ain't made for that city.
Obviously, people, that was a little, AI obviously generated, but I thought that was comedy. Let's take a look at actually him talking about it. He's excited about it. He's looking forward to it. He thinks he's going to start there. He's ready for his moment. Let's take a look.
What's up, Buff fans? It's legendary Shedeur Sanders here. Thankful for the opportunity. I'm thankful for everything leading up to this point. Now the main thing is I'm just praying, all my receivers, Shiloh, and the rest of my teammates get drafted. But I'm ready to lead this franchise on the big things. Let's do it.
The Cleveland Browns select Shedeur Sanders.
There you go, $4.6 million. But the amount of money that he lost, people watching live in the chat right now, the amount of money that he lost. By the way, if you're in the building right now, put what state you're based in right now in the chat. If you're watching live right now, put the state that you were based in the chat right now. Over 200 people in the building. What state are you based in right now? Drop it in the chat. I want to see where you guys are based at. And look how many people are near you. You never know. Somebody might be in your state right down the street. We got Lisa, we got Diane, we got Lala, we got Tracy. Let's take a look at the chat right now. Everybody, drop your states in the building right now. California, Thailand, Connecticut. Let's go. Look at the freaking chat right now. Bahamas. There we go right there. Michigan. You know what? Here's what I want to tell you before I even get into that. Do you realize the Cleveland Browns, I don't know why, for whatever reason, the Cleveland Browns are that franchise where they just do things and you go, I mean, what do you do? Like, from the receivers, obviously to the quarterbacks, they love that opportunity to get their logo plastered on the screen somewhere. And it's like, it doesn't even matter if it's going to be great or not. It's just like, let's just get that logo up there. Like, let's just get it up there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everywhere. Shedeur Sanders is going to do that. You're going to see the Browns logo. You're going to see Shedeur Sanders. You're going to see all these commercials. He went 5th round. And so that's the thing. People are like, look, he went 5th round. Why would he be plastered everywhere? This is one of those things that obviously people are talking about. Let's take a look at this real quick. We got to get to the whole legendary thing. Listen, his whole setup to get drafted, you guys saw it, right? How his look was, how the system was, how his little setup with the studio, he could sit in there and get drafted and talk about his whole draft party. I'm going to show all that right now to take a look at it, but watch this for a minute.
We all didn't expect this, of course, but I feel like with God, anything possible, everything possible. I don't feel like this happened, for no reason. All this is, of course, fuel to the fire. And under no circumstance, we all know this shouldn't have happened. But we understand we're on the bigger and better things. Tomorrow's the day. We're going to be happy regardless. Legendary.
I mean, you want to talk about going through a lot, right? Not think you're going first round, maybe second, third quarterback. Didn't happen. Then you're like, I'll go second day. Didn't happen. You go all the way to the 5th round. Then you got people with prank calls. Now you got people hating on your dad, hating on you, saying you're not going to be there. Travis Hunter goes first round. And Travis Hunter's like, look, I want to make sure I'm there for him. And let's take a look at what he says, what Shedeur Sanders says about if he gets picked up. Let's take a look.
The number of where you go don't matter. Like I say, and this I reference Tom Brady because he was the best of the best in all categories. He didn't go first. So the number getting picked don't matter. I wasn't the top-rated quarterback coming out of high school because it's a lot of exterior things that people like and they don't like about me, and I'm realistic.
I'm also still trying to make sure I don't miss Shedeur, get his name called, because I want to be on the phone and I also want to talk to him. So I'm trying to hurry up as fast as I can.
That's a teammate. Let's go through this list real quick. I want to get to something else real quick. His college career. Do you think Shedeur Sanders was that damn good in college, yes or no? Do you think he was that good in college to do what he had to do to get to being a starter, to get to being drafted in the first, second round? Did he produce that? Like, these are questions that people have. Did he produce? If he did, then it's a royal slap in the face, right? That they didn't pick him up. You know what I'm saying? Then it would be a royal slap in the face. But like I said, going into the 5th round, is he going to show up being Shedeur Sanders, the guy who we thought was going to be a first-round pick? Or is he going to show up as the 5th round humble quarterback, right? Like, is he going to show up the guy who's like, I'm eager to start. I went 5th round. This is mine. I need to earn this. Is it less stress because he went 5th round? These are some of the things that are going to matter. Because, look, when you get into the season, you're like, I'm a 5th round quarterback. I'm going to work my way up to the top. A first-round pick, someone who goes first round, second round, or if you're first pick in the draft like Cam Ward, you're expected to ball right away. You know what I'm saying? You're expected to get in there and make things happen right away. This might be a little helpful for him. But let's move on to this piece right here. The Shedeur Sanders Deion issue. Was this a problem? In the chat, do you think Deion Sanders was the reason why he wasn't selected in the 1st and 2nd round? Or do you think Shedeur Sanders just is not that good? In the chat right now, again, do you think Deion Sanders was the reason that he wasn't selected early on? Or do you think it's because Shedeur Sanders just isn't that good? Like, these are the questions that people have. And everybody's like, well, is he going to go out there? Is he going to start? We went through the false expectations. Will he start for the Cleveland Browns? On the sideline right now. This is the prize package that they got. This is the prize pick that they got. Even though he went 5th round, this is the prize package of that locker room. And I hate to say that because at the end of the day, Shedeur Sanders, he's a good player. A lot of people think that he was a great player. A lot of people think that he was just an okay player. But at the end of the day, when you look at the NFL roster and you get in the depth chart, you got to earn your way to the top, right? It doesn't matter what you think. If you go first pick in the draft, you're going to get a good chance to start right away. When you're 5th round, they're like, hey, work on your fundamentals, work on throwing the football, learn the playbook, get the timing of your routes with your receivers, all this kind of stuff. You work in the media, you get out there, you talk to people, you do things around the community, you start doing all this, and I think that's where he's going to thrive. But if he gets out there and he's trying to start right away, I think there's going to be some complications. I think with that, I think there's going to be I want to say mental, but realistically, it's going to be one of these things where he's got to sit back and relax because the NFL said no, like I said, and he said yes. Let's take a look real quick at what RG3 had to say about this because he definitely wanted to put his take on it.
Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm watching the draft just like the rest of y'all, and I see Shedeur Sanders is falling in the draft. The Pittsburgh Steelers didn't draft him at number 21, so a lot of people wondering where he's going to go, what's going to happen. And listen, man, all it takes is one team to like you or love you, and they draft you. But I'm watching the draft and I'm seeing a bunch of people talking about, hey, well, Shedeur is not getting drafted because in the 1st round because he doesn't have anything special. There's nothing special to him. It's like, and whenever I hear somebody say that, I just know they have not watched any of this man's film, any of it. Because if you actually watch his film from a quarterback's eye, from a coach's eye, you know that he has something special. He makes off-schedule plays. He uses his feet effectively. He can play from the pocket. He has the rhythm and timing of an NFL quarterback. Those are all things that are special. And most of all, at quarterback, you need confidence. So when I'm seeing him drop, I'm like, okay, why are we punishing this young man? Because he's got confidence. Why are we punishing him because he went to Jackson State to an HBCU and turned it around? Why are we punishing him because he went to Colorado and turned it around? Is it because of his daddy? Y'all that mad that he got his number retired? But what I'm not going to do, we can have a conversation about whether you think he's worth this pick or that pick. What we're not going to do is sit up there and just lie on the young man and say he has nothing special. Everything the kid is.
You know, these are some interesting facts from different quarterbacks in the National Football League that played for a while that have different takes on this. Like a lot of people, Cam Newton's like, he didn't have anything. He didn't do anything special. And then you got RG3's like, he's special. And these are the kind of things like, you know, he didn't get drafted and people start coming up with all these reasons, right? All these reasons why he didn't get picked. At the end of the day, it's not that he got passed on 1 or 2 or 3 teams. He got passed on by all the teams for several rounds. 4 rounds. The Browns had a lot of picks, and they selected a quarterback in the draft before him, which I'm just telling you, Dillon Gabriel in the chat, you guys are watching. Is Dillon Gabriel that much better than Shedeur Sanders? Is he better than Shedeur Sanders? Is he not better than Shedeur Sanders? He got selected before, and so when I take a look at this, I pulled this picture up and look at the quarterback room. This might have worked out well, though. This might have worked out well for him. If you look at the locker room, Deshawn Watson, he's going to be gone. Kenny Pickett, he's not there to stay long. Joe Flacco, he's going to be gone. He's in his 40s. Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders currently right now are going to be the battle of this franchise. Will it be in year 1, 2025? I told you this. They're going to play overseas. I think it's Minnesota, right, in the chat. I think they got to play Minnesota over in like London or something. I believe that's the game. And that's what I was trying to explain to you. I don't think starting Shedeur Sanders over there in London is going to be the good idea. I think learning, growing, building. Flacco starts the season. They get through. Dillon Gabriel and obviously Shedeur Sanders are battling it out to see who's going to be the second on the depth chart. Then they come back from London, and I told you, if Flacco wins in London and they're on a winning streak, they'll come back. Flacco will continue and give these guys a chance to keep growing. If Flacco's playing bad and the Browns suck at that point and they're not winning football games and they're not getting it done, that is when you're going to see Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders. That's the time. And being that, like I told you, Shedeur Sanders is that is going to be the paramount circus of this year of the Cleveland Browns, and it's going to be obviously of the NFL. You can go through right now. There's a lot of different teams that have that. The teams that have good quarterback gameplay are the teams that are successful. The teams that have shitty quarterback gameplay are the teams that are sitting at home during the playoffs wishing they were playing football, and they're not. And that's what I'm seeing right now of the Cleveland Browns. They just don't know what they want to do. And I think they really didn't even want to get Shedeur Sanders. I think they said, look, we got to the 5th round. We got our quarterback in Dillon Gabriel. So I think they got to the 5th round. They said, all right, we made it to the 5th round. Why not take him? Like, that's what I think. If you're watching live right now in the building, everybody smack that like button right now. If you're watching live, sitting at home, over 200 people in the building right now, double tap your screen. If you're on your phone right now, double tap your screen. If you are a subscriber of the show, put a Y in the chat right now. I'm going to see who's subscribed to the platform in the building right now as we're bringing back NFL conversation. We've been covering, obviously, the Diddy case and the Trump situation with China and the tariffs and all that every single day. We had to bounce back and get it rocking and rolling this morning. Good morning to all you people in the chat. Let me see. If you're a subscriber of the show, put a Y in the chat right now and put NFL, people. If you're a subscriber of the show, put Y and then drop NFL in the chat. Let me see who you guys are. Rich Elliott's in the building. Little Sandbox, how you feeling? Lala, Tracy, Pippa Mama, Market, how you feeling? Lorenzo, Lovey Brown got paid yesterday. We appreciate you. People in the chat right now. Jeff Lee in the chat. Mr. 99 Speed, let's go. Speed is important in the game of football, boy. Nathan, how are you feeling? Let me see the names coming in the chat right now. Popping up in the building. Look, you know what? You know what's even crazier? You know what's even crazier? The amount of money that he lost as well from not going first, second round, and then going 5th round. He signed a $4 million deal, people. And people are like, I'll take $4 million. But $4 million is completely different. Do you understand? Than $20, $30 million. I'm just saying, he got a 4-year, $4.6 million. What NFL football team What NFL franchise wants to make that the main topic of conversation? Shedeur Sanders, the guy that got 4 years, $4 million. He's only making $1 million a year. The main topic of the draft. Do you understand? He was talking about more than anybody in the draft. Travis Hunter, second pick. Cam Ward didn't really get any attention. He was the first pick in the draft. And I got a video on a clip I'll show you in a second. He was the first pick. Travis Hunter outshined that by a long shot. And then Shedeur Sanders steps up and gets all the love and all the conversation. And when I say love, I'm saying just the limelight about what's going on. Why would he? People were like, he's going to be second or third pick in the draft, or second or third quarterback selected in the draft. Mel Kiper, all these people that have been doing this for a long time, analysts, they all said this was going to happen, and it didn't happen, and people were upset. And I got all the clips on here. I got more clips of him showing up for the first time. I showed you Stephen A. I showed you Cam Newton. I showed you RG3. I'm showing you like a bunch of clips. You guys can get to feel the energy. And what he wanted to do was do what Travis Hunter was doing when he got drafted. Take a look at Travis Hunter.
He's back! And now, it is 11.
I'm just saying, it wasn't the right... Look, it didn't go as he wanted to. But now he gets to the NFL, and he's in the building. And it's like, is he that good? And these are the conversations now, these NFL teams, they answered it for you. People, the question that keeps popping up is he that good? Do you guys think the NFL answered these questions? Like, they legit answered these questions. And I'm like, they're the people that run the show. They're the owners of the operations. They're the owners of the organizations. And then you obviously got the NFL franchises out there. Everyone's looking around going, I didn't want them. You didn't want them. Next round, I don't want them. You didn't want them. Third round. You get to the fifth round, you're a backup quarterback. It is what it is. Will he start for the Cleveland Browns? I think, like I said, they were excited that they got him in the fifth round. But did you see their emotion? Their emotion was like, oh, we got Shedeur Sanders. So it was like, I believe they were excited to get him in the fifth round, but when they drafted him, they showed zero emotion. They were like, oh, yeah, we got Shedeur Sanders. It's all good. We took him. It was like his dad called. The way they looked was like his dad called and said, come on, bro. And it was funny because that's one of the teams that his dad said he will never go play for. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Deion Sanders got up there and he goes, my son will not play for a team like the Cleveland Browns because they do not produce good quality quarterbacks. They don't produce quarterbacks. That's what he said. And now you wonder why. You take a look at it, you go, was that an issue? Was Deion Sanders the reason why nobody wanted to select him, right? A lot of people will argue that's obvious. A lot of people will say, if you're watching live right now in the building, smack that like button in the chat. We got to run over 50 likes right now. I know a lot of people are like, Brandon, you've been covering the Diddy case. We've been entertained by the Diddy case every day. What the hell's going on with Diddy? Listen. Yes, we'll be back at that tomorrow with the Diddy case. But right now, I want you guys to understand something. The NFL is around the corner, baby. We're coming back. We're getting in motion. The NFL is about to start lighting up. People are going to have highlights in here. And yes, we're going to have live callers coming to the chat. Right now, we have it set up for computers and laptops for people to call in only and live guests. We're going to get it fixed up where you can call in from your cell phone, wherever you are, to jump into the show, whether you're at games, whether you're at home, whether you want to talk sports and come into the building. We're getting it all set up. Right now, it is set up for computers and laptops and for our guests to join our show, which we are scheduling for the NFL season. We already got over 15 guests scheduled to come for the season. We got more people coming over in the summer for the play, obviously in summer OTA, all in the mix of what's going on, calling into the show. We got NBA players going to call in. And yes, we have some UFC and bare knuckle fighters. We had one contact us today that wants to come into the building and talk about that. So yes, there's a lot happening with this channel. People joining us live right now. We greatly appreciate all you beautiful people watching live today. If you're in the building right now, I want to tell you something. As we look through and go over the games this year, we'll have live games we'll cover as well. Drop your favorite teams in the chat right now because we're going to be covering live games on the channel. I'm going to pin some of your messages right now in the building as well if you're watching live. Drop everybody in the chat. Drop your favorite teams in the chat right now as we're diving into some conversation today, talking about obviously Shedeur Sanders, what's going on, how he's feeling out there after the prank call, going fifth round, and all this shit that was happening in the building right now. People live. I'm also pinning some of the messages to the top. Pay close attention to the screen over there on the chat so you guys can see messages that are being pinned to the top in conversation all the time. We'll make sure those continue to happen. And right now, we're going to spin the wheel and give out some money right now in the chat if you're watching live. Everybody put spin the wheel. A lucky person is going to subscribe to the channel right now. You must be subscribed to the platform. You must Hit that like button right now if you want to be one of the people that are randomly selected in the chat right now. In the building right now, everybody put NFL, put Shedeur Sanders, put Browns, put whatever you got, put in the chat right now. A lucky person is going to be selected in the chat right now to spin the wheel and give out some freaking money right now. In the building right now as we get somebody randomly selected. Everybody take a look right now in the building right now. Let me see something right now. Oh, there it's moving now. I see you guys in the building right now. Get ready to spin it there. Okay, in the building right now, I'm going to select the lucky person in 10 seconds right now. Pay close attention. And yes, we have a lucky member that's getting selected right now as well. Pay close attention to the chat. A lucky member that joined us today is being selected to be part of the Mason Mob. Take a look at the chat right now. It's about to pop into the building. Actually, you know what? I don't know if it's going to let us do it right now. I'm taking a look at it right now. We have to do it. We have to do it for tomorrow's show. We have to do it for tomorrow's show because it's asking us for confirmations right now, and I don't have people in the studio to do that. So right now in the chat, everybody watching live, we're picking a lucky person, and I will close those polls in just 1 second. Thank you for reminding me. We have a lucky person. We have a lucky winner right now. I'm dropping it in the chat right now. We have a lucky winner right now in the chat. Take a look, everybody, at the chat right now. The name is going in the chat in 3, 2, 1. Bang, we got a winner right now. Amber, you're going to spin the wheel right now. Go ahead, Brittany, spin the wheel for Amber. Let's go, let's go. We're going to also add some more people to the Mason Mob. I apologize. Here we go. People in the chat right now, pay close attention. Pay close attention. Right now in the building. It's slowing down. Make some noise. What we got, Amber? I can't guarantee nothing. I hope you get some. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got a free spin. Spin it again. It's a free spin. We're going to change that to a free pizza sent to your house. We're going to change free spin to a free pizza, I think. Usually we do free spin, pass on. It's another spin. Let's see what happens here. Everybody in the chat. Can't guarantee anything, Amber. We just do our best and spin it. Oh, you got to pass somebody else. Okay, second spin of the day. Right now, Amber, in the chat. You got to pass to somebody else in the chat. Amber, anything happens sometimes in the chat right now. We're going to close those polls right now, too, so you can see who voted for who in the chat. People said Shedeur Sanders will start for the Browns. 63% of people said so. Amber, let's go. Who do you think you got right now in the chat? Drop it in the building right now. Big Bro said, I pinned his thing to the chat. He said, the NFL don't know a good quarterback if they had one in the chat right now. Here we go. Amber, who are you selected in the chat right now? Everybody say, pick me. Everybody say, pick me. Put NFL, hurry up, because Amber's going to pick a lucky person right now, and we only have a few minutes left to go. So hurry up, Amber, pick a lucky person. Everybody tell Amber, pick me, put NFL in the chat. Let them know what we're talking about in the building right now. Who do we got, Amber? We're taking a look at the chat right now. Are you still in the building? Yeah, I think you are. Okay, you're there. Who do you got? Derek B. All right, let's go. Derek B's on the wheel. Let's go. Spin it. Let's go, Brittany. Derek B in the chat. Let's go. How are you feeling? Hopefully you can get this win. Hopefully you can get this money. Can't guarantee anything. We give out money every single day. You guys know that? Make some noise. Here we go in the building. Derek B, if you get this money, it'll go to you after the show. You must have a PayPal account. People made some money yesterday. People made money the day before that. In the chat right now, I can't guarantee, but it's slowing down. Give 10. Okay. So you get a chance to give 10 out. Derek, somebody in the chat, Derek, select the lucky person to give some money to right now. Everybody in the chat. And we got one more person that's going to spin the wheel right now. We're going to drop it in the chat. And Derek, you get to pick a lucky person to give $10 to after the show. And I have another person right now that has just won. I'm dropping it in the chat right now. Everybody take a look. Let me pop it in the chat right now. There it goes. I got the name that's coming in the chat right now. And remember, Derek B, drop the person in the chat you want to give 10 to. We'll send it after the show. You must have PayPal. There we go. Mark in. Here you go. Here we go. Spin the wheel. Let's go. Whoa, went blank for a second. There we go. Let's go. Let's see. We get this money. Make some noise. In the chat every day. We do this through the middle of the show, beginning of the show, or the end of the show. You never know. You got to show up and watch. You never know what's going to happen in the building right now. Mark in. Oh, you got another pass. Okay, so let's pass it real quick. Mark it in the chat right now. Who are you going to pass it to? Right now in the building, pass it to a lucky person. Everybody say, pick me. And remember, drop NFL. Drop what we're talking about in the chat. That's how you get selected. Drop NFL. Put Shedeur Sanders. Put Cleveland Browns. Put whatever you want. Quarterback. Drop in the chat what we're talking about right now as he gets ready to select the lucky person that's going to spin the wheel and make some money. But yes, we already have a $10 going out. All right, we got Rodney. Get Brittany, spin it. Rodney's on there now. This is the last spin of the day. We'll see what happens. can you make this money? If you're watching live right now, remember after the show, as soon as we get off the show, leave a message on the freaking video. You get a chance to spin the wheel. We have some lucky people, some lucky gifts going out to you. If you have Instagram, join us on Instagram, Brandon Mason Show. Don't forget to do that. Add me. I will follow you back. Oh, we got a freaking X on that. Look, I tried my best today, people watching this show. We give out money every day. Yesterday, gave out 150. Every day, we do our best. I got some questions for you guys. I'm going to ask you tomorrow on tomorrow's show. You guys are going to see we have some big conversation. Love you. Brown won $100 yesterday, rocking and rolling in the chat. You know we do it every damn day. If you're watching live in the building right now, I greatly appreciate all you beautiful people. And definitely in our chat right now, we love and appreciate our beautiful moderators that come in every day. Pippa, Mama, Candy, Tracy, all love to you. You guys make it rock. And everyone that's in the building right now. Lisa, how are you? Derek B, we do our best. We do our best. Love you, Brown. We greatly appreciate all you beautiful people that come into the chat. Amber, look, we do our best. We can't guarantee it. If you're here every day, you're going to get a lot of chances. Chelsea, what I tell you, people in here spin the wheel a lot. We greatly appreciate you. Running Warrior, we appreciate you in the chat right now. The Nasty One, greatly appreciate you coming to our chat every day. And yes, we have the Diddy case. We have thousands and thousands of people in the chat because we're covering the Diddy case, which is out of control. If you're watching live right now, double tap the screen, hit that like button. There's going to be a lot of people in the building tomorrow for the update for the Diddy case. Trust me when I tell you, you don't want to miss it. I got some crazy shit to tell you tomorrow, people in the chat. When I get ready to sign off in the building right now, just remember, let it refresh for a second. Let it roll, hit the refresh button. And after you hit the refresh button, people, go there and leave a message on this video. All love to you. Lala, Rodney, I see you guys in the chat right now. Our little sandbox in the building. Rodney Letners, I used to say it. Jeff Lee, greatly love and appreciate you guys joining our show. I see your names popping up on the screen. When we sign off, remember, people, this is a good day to relax, enjoy. It's the NFL playoffs. Football season's around the corner. We got a lot going on. Remember, we go live for the games, and I got big news for you guys coming up. I'll be live tomorrow morning, and then Thursday morning, I'm having a surgery. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to ask you guys some questions. So make sure you guys are there tomorrow. I'm going to tell you guys about a surgery. I'm going to ask you guys some questions, see what you guys think. Tomorrow morning, be here live. What time the show start? People drop it in the chat right now. Everybody drop it in the chat right now. I love and appreciate you beautiful people that are in the buildings. That's right. The Nasty One knows what time it is. Don't forget to like, sub, and turn that freaking notification on. I greatly appreciate that message. That means a lot. Everybody in the building, we have a lot to explain to you tomorrow. And yes, I have interesting news to tell you about a surgery that I have to have on Thursday. But so I'll be here live tomorrow morning, but Thursday I won't be in the booth on Thursday. I'm gonna ask you guys some questions. I'm gonna see what you guys think. Unless it's possible that I could go live, I might have to do something from the room having surgery. I might go live for the surgery. We'll see what happens. I'm just telling you guys that now. All love. I greatly appreciate you. You're gonna see the logo pop up on the screen right now. Give it 15 seconds. Refresh your screen and leave a message on this video. People about the show. Love and appreciate all you beautiful people. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. All love to you. People about the show. Love and appreciate all you beautiful people. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 10 a.m.
So I'm looking at that as well. And I'm saying to myself, what play is OKC going to be when you got those three brothers on the court to deal with along with Ant-Man? It remains to be seen. I don't blame anybody for feeling whatever they're feeling because I think this is going to be that close of a series. But those are the kind of things that I'm looking at to see.